read to me the nameplate?
Judge Eboni K. Williams.
So the only thing that matters in this particular courtroom is how I see it. I am from North Carolina by way of Louisiana with some West Coast cool and a New York edge. Do we have a problem, ma'am?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Equal justice is all about the most important values of our country: freedom, integrity, and those are the things that I'm striving for. Ma'am, you run your household, this man gets to run his. I decided to become an attorney and pursue the law. I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. This court cannot hold this woman accountable. People from all sectors of life, black, white, purple, gay, straight, queer, and that's what equal justice with Judge Eboni K. Williams is all about.
Justin Nelson claims he loaned money to his aunt to help her out while she was pregnant, but hasn't been repaid a dime. Janice Cooper claims her nephew was only demanding the money back because she didn't support him when he came out.
I've got Justin Nelson here as my plaintiff and Janice Cooper as my defendant. Mr. Nelson, you are suing the defendant for $2,200. You cite an unpaid loan. What brings you to court?
Well, last August, my Aunt Janice, she was struggling financially. I had offered to loan her $2,200, and I didn't want to hassle her too much during the holidays with the pressure and the busyness and her own situation. In the new year, I had sent out a text asking for the money. With no response, after a few months, I had confronted her, and here we are.
Oh, so she never did respond to you?
That's correct.
Mr. Nelson, this is your aunt, you say to the court?
That is correct.
Okay, and you very generously, we have to acknowledge, offered to loan her $2,200. You say she fell on hard times. What were the hard times?
She was pregnant, and she gave birth to a girl, Charlotte.
Oh, great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, her maternity leave wasn't what she thought it was, and she had hard times, and I offered to help.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. You must do well for yourself to be able to make such a generous loan. And what is it that you do for a living, sir?
Oh, I'm a data analyst.
Okay, so you have make a handsome living. And I have to imagine, Ms. Cooper, you were very glad to get it, correct?
Absolutely.
And you were in need?
I absolutely was in need.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I am raising this child by myself. I did lose the father.
Oh, he passed away?
He passed away.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Thank you. When that occurred, I was pregnant at the time, and I did fall on hard times. I work as an office coordinator for a local construction company, and unfortunately, their mat leave terms were only 2 weeks. So I had the 2 weeks plus used any additional PTO time that I had available to me. I was speaking with my nephew on the phone. We spoke regularly.
So you two had a close relationship?
Very close relationship, absolutely. He has loaned me money before. I have been able to pay back most of those.
Well, let me verify that, Mr. Nelson. Is it true that your aunt has previously borrowed money and paid it back?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, continue, ma'am.
So he generously offered the loan after I was explaining to him what was going on. There was never any written payment structure. There was no anticipated date of repayment.
Are there any text messages? Let me ask a question here. Are there any text messages or emails or anything to lay out the terms of the arrangement?
Not specifically.
Mr. Nelson, do you have text messages or anything?
I have...
Why don't you just give the whole evidence folder, please, to my bailiff so I can peruse. While I can appreciate your point, Ms. Cooper, that there's no written document around it per se, formalized contract, that doesn't mean that there is not some structure that I can interpret as an enforceable contract, because that's really what we're here today to determine, if indeed a contract of loan and repayment existed, and if you have made good on those terms of repayment. Okay, so first I want to acknowledge that ultimately the $2,200 was sent to you and you did receive it.
Correct.
Okay, so I do see that verification here.
And I have a text
The
thanking
gratitude?
him, yes.
Okay, go ahead and get all of her folder, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is immediately following you receiving.
This was immediately following, same day, August 11th.
Okay. I see. Hey, Justin, I just want to thank you so much for helping me out with this rough time. I appreciate you so much. I should have everything figured out soon, hopefully. No worries. I understand everything. You must be so stressed. Anything to help you and the baby. You're the best ever. So you were, I'm sure, satisfied to know that she was thankful.
I'm very satisfied, yes.
Okay. Now, that's it. Let's get down to brass tacks, if you will, Ms. Cooper. What was the repayment plan from your perspective?
There was no repayment
Well,
plan.
you do say, I should have everything figured out soon. What does soon mean to you?
I hope my life is back on track soon after the passing of my husband, after having the new baby. The holidays were coming. And I just want to clarify as well that there was no discussion of repayment until after the holidays when a significant family incident occurred.
You're telling me that there was no even expectation of repayment until after the holidays. Sir, is that true?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and she knows that because you didn't ask for payment before the holidays.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
This is something that I've been trying to work my way up to for a few years. Last Christmas, I had come out to my family.
You came out to your family as gay for the first time.
Yes.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Justin Nelson, who brought his aunt Janice Cooper to court for an unpaid loan.
Holidays come. What is this incident? I'll start with you.
So the incident,
Your Honor, if I may, I feel like this should be my...
Oh, you want to tell me about the incident?
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead, proceed, sir, and then I'll hear from you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you.
This is something that I've been trying to work my way up to for a few years, but last Christmas I had come out to my family.
You came out to your family as gay for the first time.
Yes.
And who is family? Parents?
My family was my mom and my dad, and my Aunt Janice happened to be there as well.
And how was that received, sir?
It wasn't received well. I tried to maybe talk some sense into them because they thought it was a joke at first.
Oh, wow.
And what followed afterward was essentially a period of me trying to convince them that it was not just a choice I had made arbitrarily.
So wait a minute, Mr. Nelson. You're telling me that you were ridiculed, laughed at, and dismissed.
I do.
Mr. Nelson, I could not be more sorry to hear that. I really am. I'm a little afraid to ask what happened next after you told them your truth. What happened at that point?
Well, there was a bit of a war of words, and shortly afterwards I left the house. I went back to my apartment, and I haven't spoken with them since.
You have not spoken to your parents since?
No.
And have you spoken to your aunt, Miss Cooper, since?
I have tried, Your Honor.
And before we get to the text messages, was she participating in the mockery of your identity during this incident?
Yes, Your Honor.
there was no mockery.
I said I will get to you when I get to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Not a supportive hug, not a Justin, I got you. You're safe with me. I understand. I'm here for you. Don't worry. I'll get your mom and dad on board. They just don't understand, but I understand. Nothing. No support.
No.
Okay, it's your turn, Miss Cooper. Where were you in all of this? Because this young man's heart is breaking in front of us right now.
And I see that, and I don't want to see that. And
Do you see that? You're not even looking at
I
him,
have
ma'am.
been looking at him. I love my nephew.
You're not. You're looking at me. Are you looking at him?
I love you, Justin. What I have to say is that I did not mock him ever for being gay. I do have my own moral convictions that I have.
And that's your business. That's your business.
That's why I'm expressing them.
No, but you won't express homophobic values in here. Now, what you can tell me is your plan to pay this man his money back.
So, in my viewpoint, I feel that I don't have to pay him back because there are no terms. There was nothing laid out to specify that it had to be paid back. And because of my extreme life circumstances that I've been facing the last year, I truly thought that this was something that if I could eventually pay it back down the line, I would. I have paid back before.
Let me stop you, Ms. Cooper, because now you're starting to make up fact after fact after fact that serves the convenience of your position, and I'm not going to allow it. Here's what it is. This man gave you a loan. Do you understand the terms of a loan? That's rhetorical. A loan implies repayment. In fact, you specified as much pursuant to my reading of this when you said I should have everything figured out soon, hopefully. Everything includes repayment of this loan. Then, additional facts, I'm seeing that your nephew is reaching out to you. Hey, Aunt Janice, just checking to see how you are doing. How is everything going with the baby? Hey, Justin, thanks for checking in. Times are still rough, and I'm still trying to make ends meet. The baby is doing fine, healthy, happy. Looking forward to seeing you over the holidays. That's great about the baby. Hope everything works out financially with you soon. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate you. Mr. Nelson, was this you just kind of doing a temperature check to see if repayment was possible?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, because that's what it looks like. It looks like you were decent and kind to ask about her and her daughter. That's human. That's kind. But also, what you got on it? That's what he's saying, ma'am. And I think everybody in here is very clear on that. Then we go further. Now this is after the holidays. I'm reading a text from January 2nd. Hi, reaching out to see if we can begin some sort of repayment plan for the loan I gave you last August. Maybe something bi-weekly or once a month. It's been quite a while now. Just let me know what you can do. You didn't even respond to it, ma'am. He reaches out to you 3 months later in March, mid-March. So now we're coming up on 9 months, ma'am.
And that's when he came to my work.
After you didn't respond?
In March.
Yeah, because he says, like I said earlier, Janice, you only have 2 months to figure it out and pay me back or I will sue you. Is that what he told you at work?
No, we didn't get that far at work because he blindsided me. It was very awkward and uncomfortable. I thought it was very unprofessional to just show up at my employer. I understand that he might have been frustrated that I hadn't responded. But
one could say you didn't give him a lot of choice, ma'am.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
You only love the parts that meet your circumstances. How would you like it if somebody said, well, I love you even though you are a woman?
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Justin Nelson, who brought his aunt Janice Cooper to court for an unpaid loan.
once again, this does tie back to the fact that because we don't align, I wasn't sure how to communicate.
That framing is maddening. You don't align on his full humanity. What are we talking? We're not talking about paint colors, ma'am. We're not talking about the weather. We're talking about your nephew feeling like a safe, full, loved human. That's the only thing y'all need to align on.
And I do love him, even if I don't understand. I do love him. I do love you, Justin.
That's ma'am, that's conditional. You're telling this court, and more importantly, your nephew, that you only love parts of him. You only love the parts that meet your bigoted circumstances. How would you like that, ma'am? How would you like it if somebody said, well, I love you even though you are a woman. Well, I love you even though you're from America. Those are elements of who you are. And don't you think everybody deserves to be loved for the entirety and not be told that they are loved in spite of their truth?
I hear you. I completely understand where you're coming from. Growing up with the beliefs that I did, they're very ingrained.
Okay.
And my it is not a lack of love, but it is I really wish you wouldn't laugh because I have loved you my entire life.
Ma'am, I don't think he's laughing. I think he's heartbroken.
I am too.
Yeah, and that's the only reason that I'm trying to also regulate my emotions, because I don't want to condemn you for ignorance that clearly it's becoming more and more clear to me you have been conditioned to adopt.
Coming up on Equal Justice.
If given the opportunity to be educated on a community that your nephew is a part of, is that something that you would avail yourself to?
This is Equal Justice. Equal Justice is back with the case of Justin Nelson, who brought his aunt Janice Cooper to court for an unpaid loan.
Let me ask you a very personal question, Ms. Cooper.
Yes, ma'am.
If given the opportunity to be educated on more understanding of a community that your nephew is a part of, I'm talking about the queer community, the LGBTQ plus community, is that something that you would avail yourself to, the education?
I would be open. I can't promise
Can
anything,
you
but
be
I would
open
be open
to the education?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because if there's an opportunity to salvage a family bond here, certainly the world could use it.
Yeah.
Certainly, don't you even agree, Mr. Nelson, that we could all use a bit more love?
We really could, Your
We
Honor.
could. Okay. So I'm gonna let y'all figure that part out after court. But I certainly hope y'all can get there. Because I do think you love your nephew, and I know you love your aunt. But I don't believe it's fair to ask him to accept your love under condition, ma'am. That's just not right, because I wouldn't allow it for you. See how that works? The same advocacy that I am insisting for him, I would insist for you and anybody else in here. And I would hope somebody would stand up for me. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Eboni's verdict when Equal Justice returns. This is Equal Justice.
All right, let's get to this $2,200. I think I've seen enough facts and I'm ready to rule here. This loan was given in good faith. I do believe, ma'am, that you understood that at some point repayment would be expected. That's what makes it a loan and not a gift. If he had intended to gift you, neither one of y'all would have been talking to me about a loan for the past half an hour. We would have been talking about gifts, but we were talking about loans. Loans have to be repaid at some point. Now, if you want to argue, Ms. Cooper, that, well, there was no real timeline around repayment and all of a sudden demand became urgent after we had a falling out, that is the prerogative of the initiator of the loan. He can demand repayment at any point, absent something showing me the alternative. So the demand of payment is not up to you, ma'am. It's up to him. So if he's telling the court, Your Honor, I'm demanding repayment, repayment I must order. I order in favor of the plaintiff $2,200 to be paid immediately. Young man, you have my deepest love and support. And I do hope for you, ma'am, that you can get more educated, more understanding, and salvage what I believe could be a beautiful relationship. That's my ruling.
All rise.
Judge Eboni has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $2,200.
Justin, I truly hope that you understand that I truly love you and that we can find a way through this. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm open and willing to figure this out.
I just want things to go back to the way they were.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.